Hi guys, this is Brendan from LemPlates. In this video, I'll walk you through how to use Zenkit Base to build and manage SOPs step by step. We'll cover how Zenkit handles flexible data, how to set up a collection, add SOPs, switch views, and why the system works well for evolving processes. Zenkit Base is built around flexible data collections. A collection is essentially a database, but without the usual friction or technical overhead. Instead of forcing you into a fixed template, Zenkit lets you define the structure yourself. You can add things like text fields, checklists, owners, statuses, dates, links, and tags. This is especially useful for SOPs because not every process looks the same. Some SOPs are checklist heavy, others are reference based. Some need clear ownership and review dates. Zenkit doesn't dictate how your SOP should look. It gives you a flexible framework and lets your process shape the structure. Let's look at one I created earlier. Cold Call USA. My to-dos, if I click on a task, I can add different information there, due date, reminder, workload, add a member, attachments, and even notes. So let's create a collection of our own. We will go to Create, we will select Folder, and let's name this one Company SOP. Fantastic, it's added. Now let's add a little bit of detail in there. We are going to create a project inside. Let's name this one, the SOP title would be Workflow. Fantastic, you'll notice down here, Company SOP we created and Workflow, the project within it. Now, within Workflow, we click on A, and there's a variety of information that can be added. We can add a description. Onboarding new hire. For example, we can issue a tag. We can set a priority, due date. We can select a specific owner within the organization to be in charge of it. Set a budget. Different statistics that we can add to it, notifications, chat settings, icons, etc., etc. The goal here is consistency. Once this structure is in place, every SOP follows the same format, which makes processes easier to scan, update, and hand over to someone new. So, we've created the workflow, but let's add some to-dos. For simplicity's sake, I'm just going to number them in order of what they need to be completed. So let's call the first one 1, and 2, and 3, and 4, and so on and so forth. Remember, I can click on a task and add more detail to it. Due date, reminder, attachments, add members, tags, subtasks, and so on and so forth. Now, this now becomes a working document. Process number 2 is in progress. Number 3 is in progress. Number 1, I can move to the top, and when I do number 1 first, it moves over to the done column. When I get feedback that number 2 is completed, and that's how I can monitor and track the progress of my SOP. One of the strengths of Zenkit Base is how easily you can switch views. That is up here. You can go into a list view, which will show 1 and 2 is done, 3 and 4 is in progress, number 3 and 4 is to do. There's the Kanban, which you've seen before. There's a calendar view, a Gantt view, and several other views that you can select. If accountability is what you are after, the dashboard view is quite useful because you can see the process owner, who it is assigned to, and who is responsible for which step in complex SOPs. So you're not duplicating information, you're just changing how it's presented. For SOPs, this is useful because managers might want a status overview, while team members just want the steps in front of them. Zenkit Base works well when your SOPs are still evolving. If you need to add new fields, adjust statuses, or change how things are viewed, you can do that without rebuilding everything. This makes it a solid choice for teams that want structure, but also need room to adapt as operations change. For context, this is how we do this in LemPlates, which is the tool we use ourselves. In LemPlates, SOPs are designed with repeatability and clarity at the core. This is my dashboard. You'll see recent templates, recent runs, and a brief history of what I have completed. So instead of building from scratch every single time, SOPs are created in a way that's meant to be reused, shared, and applied consistently across teams. Go to My Templates. The focus is less on flexible databases and more on operational consistency from day one. So here's a brief view at a checklist that I've made. Let's say client onboarding. Right, here you can see my steps in order of completion. Step 1. And as I complete my tasks, I simply check them off. All completed. Zenkit Base is a strong option if you want flexible, adaptable SOPs that grow with your team. If you want to see this approach in full, LemPlates is linked below.